everybody. Welcome to another Punk Perspectives. Today, I want to be talking about this song, Break Your Face, um, from a band called the Rifleman, and I got with me no other than Hambone. Thank you for being here. You want to introduce yourself? What you are in the band?
Hi, everybody. Yeah, my name is Hambone. I am the singer-songwriter of the Rifleman, and it's nice to be here. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you. And one thing I wanted to say too is I love the folk punk, part of the genre of punk that's like considered like folk punk, if you will, or whatnot, is because of that. I like that bluegrass, that fun, fast play. And so I guess some of the questions kind of off bat is you're in Las Vegas, right? Kind of how did the band like become a thing?
So, well, I mean, it really started when my old band kind of dissolved. I like wanted to play acoustic music, and honestly, like yeah, oddly enough, and I guess showing my age, but like I first discovered like folk punk for what it actually is in the MySpace days.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this shit is cool. I really like this because I grew up, I love bluegrass music and folk music and everything, and I also grew up loving fucking punk rock music. So it's like once I found out that like, oh my god, you can mix those two together. Like, yeah, well, yeah, stuff bands like Defiance, Ohio, and Mischief Brew back in the day. But yeah, like I just learned, when I was starting to learn how to play guitar when I was a kid. Um, it's a lot of fun to play, like that old folk and some of that, like even some of that like western swing stuff from like the 40s is like a lot of fun to play.
Mhm.
And I don't know, I just like kind of did that and added some fuck the government and you know fuck Nazis and all that fun shit to and just put that over the music, and it just kind of worked.
Yeah, that's one thing I talked with other people on here sometimes too, is that punk rock is so much more of like an attitude that really is like a, full, style of music. And folk seem to have always kind of had that like working class, that kind of, very for the people. Well, I mean, it's folk music, right? So where it blends well. I like it. So,
Yeah, and it's
um,
like that dates back to like all the way back to the 20s. People like Woody Guthrie and Cisco Houston, Joe Hill, people who were folk singers and were anarchists and uh well, I would say more socialist than communist, but whatever. But yeah, it's like, and hell, Joe Hill is one of the people who was beaten to death by the police for being an anarchist,
yeah.
which was, a thing that happened in the 20s. But yeah, it's like these were the anti-establishment people in those days. Like I think punk rock existed before punk rock. You know what I mean? Like there's always been people of this mentality and this uh I guess social standing, I don't think that's the right way to put it, but you know what I mean, just like people that don't stand to the social norms and everything, and I guess
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, hard to say.
Speaking out, for I guess justice stuff like that too, and which is it's always funny. So many of the folk bands seem to come from like I guess I'm just lucky. I'm in Phoenix, so I've been lucky to have like the bands like AJJ, Ramshackle Glory. They've been here in Arizona, but yeah, you're out there in the desert too, but in Vegas, right?
Yeah,
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 yeah.
not too far away from you guys.
Right. All right. So then I want to jump into the song, yeah, "Break Your Face," because it's one of the fast, more fun songs that kind of gatewayed me into your band too. Now I only have digital copies, so I'm gonna really need to kind of get your help here as I kind of just old school did it. I listened to it and kind of wrote down what I was hearing on the lyrics. It was very hard to find lyrics out there. Um,
Yeah,
yeah. Probably because I'm cheap too. I should actually just go and buy actual hard copy of music too. Um, but so I guess first I owed it with this too, and I guess your style. Do you typically write lyrics first or music? How does the songs kind of come together?
uh, honestly, it all depends on how it hits me, I guess. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I'll be driving to work or something like that, and I'll get like a cool line comes to mind out of nowhere, and I'm like, oh shit, I need to like write this down or like just like repeat it in my head until I can get stopped where I can write it down, and then like figure it's like, oh, there's like a melody that goes with that, or sometimes I'll just be playing and hear a melody and just like, oh, that sounds cool, and and be like, oh, well, this like sounds like it has this feeling, and this is what it needs to. This is what the words need to be to match this music, I guess, or like what the emotion of this rhythm, I guess.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, there's I don't really have any one set way of writing songs. It's like it varies every time. Like
Oh,
Break Your Face, I wrote that song. I wrote that song in like 2010, 2011, somewhere around there, I think.
oh,
And
okay.
yeah, it's like I don't know. I was very angry at the time, and still on the like back and forth between homelessness and everything. So that's where all that, it's like I lost my yeah, I lost everything in 2008 when everything took a shit. You know what I mean? Lost my job, and then I lost my car, and shortly after that, I lost my house,
Dang.
and didn't really have family at the time to like let me stay with them. So it's like friends that would let me crash with them when I could, and I wouldn't want to overstay my welcome, so I would just split for a while and find something else to do. And there's yeah, it's whatever. That's in those days, but that was kind of just like me being frustrated and pissed off about that whole situation and everything. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Happy to dig into it then too, because that's one thing I noticed in the song that always caught me off first was the music seemed to really convey that like emotion, as you said, is that you get this like real faster and faster build up, build up, build up. Then this part where it feels like he's kind of snapping, then the end of the song, you kind of just repeat that same chorus as if I would feel it's like, that emotion that just like kind of being pissed off and done with it in a way, right? At least that's how it felt to me. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so help me here. So I'll go lyric by lyric with you, and I want to kind of find out how much of this is true or just what you wrote and things, and how much of this I got right or wrong. So
Yeah.
the first lines I hear of the song is, "Gotta get a job because my funds are running low."
Yeah.
Life. Now this is where it says, life as a politician is quite a big no. What's that line there?
Oh, oh shit. Actually, hang on a second.
Okay.
No, the line is I would like to tell some politicians where that they can go.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, just politely telling them to go fuck themselves, essentially. Yeah, so you can go to hell.
Okay. And it sounds like this part so far is true. Like, you need to get a job at this time. This is kind of like reason the song. So that's all true. Your money was getting low and you're
Yeah,
pissed
it's
off
like
on how things were structured, I guess, right?
just burning through all my savings because I remember at that time like I couldn't get a job anywhere, nothing. There was no jobs, at least in Las Vegas. There wasn't nothing you could do.
Yeah.
So I straight up burnt through all my everything I had saved in the bank until I went overdraft in the bank and was like, "Yep, I have nothing left. I'm gonna go do what I can." I ended up just I made money, and this is how I really learned how to play guitar was just taking my guitar down to the strip and playing just busking on the bridge and just playing for tourists walking by. And granted, most people don't give a shit, but I don't know. I never wanted to ask for money. I never wanted to panhandle or anything. But yeah, it's like I'm gonna try and earn something. So I go play guitar and sing
Yeah.
some songs and get enough money to buy some cigarettes and a tall boy and a hot dog at the end of the day.
Yeah. So, question when you would do that, what would be like your best money in a day when you're just out there playing to the people?
Oh, like what would be the best like money maker?
Yeah, like you remember like any day where it's like, oh crap, you went away with actually like a lot of something? Because it feels like you said, most people just kind of see like the music and oh, that's nice and kind of walk by, right?
Yeah. Well, honestly, like oddly enough, I like a biggest thing, and this I used to do this too when I was in another folk punk band. I joined a folk punk band when they moved to Las Vegas called Spud Bugs, and they live in New York now. But we used to bus together, and one of the things that we would all do was we titled it bullshit, but it was essentially just the music from Wagon Wheel, which is just like a simple like GD E minor C, and which is most pop songs. So we would start playing that god awful wagon wheel song, and then start off like that, and then mix it in, and I start singing Britney Spears "Hit Me Baby One More Time," and then G's "Give Me the Loot," and fucking I can't even remember what else, but we'd straight up just be playing this one song for about like 15 minutes but be playing like or like singing 20 different songs over this music. And there was one time we did it at we did it outside of punk rock bowling one year and made over I think we made over $350 in like about an hour and a half.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's some stuff then. That's cool, man. And no shade in the wagon wheel song. That's but no, I'm kidding. But all
No,
right.
no, I don't hate the song. It's like when you've done that for so long, it's like, oh my god, I never want to hear this song again. And
Yeah, I can get that. All right, now next lines in the in that stanza, that first part of the song is, now I used to be a boss and drive a fancy car too. Um,
a
now I
boss.
what?
Oh, it's like yeah, I used to be a boss and drive a fancy car too. Yeah, kind of like I had like a pretty decent car at the time, and it was nice and everything, and I was just kind of for the lyrics, I guess, just exaggerating like how like the from the rise to the great fall. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Had
yeah,
a cool car and had my own house. I was like a young kid that was working hard and had a good job and made pretty decent money, and then it all went away.
okay, okay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I had a fancy car too. Okay.
Yeah.
And now I don't go nowhere unless I bum a ride with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a true statement. Like it's like take the bus or somebody come pick me up. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, there's a party going on. It's like, oh yeah, come scoop me up. It's like I can't get there otherwise. I'm not walking 15 miles across the city.
And that's what I was gonna ask too. Vegas, it's besides like the strip in downtown, is like the public transportation, like is it seems like you kind of have to have a car. Like Phoenix wise, you kind of have to have a car for the most part. Um,
Yeah, yeah, I know. It's like you guys, like your city's spread out. Our city's not nearly as spread out as Phoenix, but it is. Everything is so far from each other. Like it is not. This is not a walking city, and our public transportation sucks.
yeah.
Like you try to ride the cat bus, and it's not like somewhere like Oakland, any the Bay Area or anything like that, where it's like the bus comes at this time and it's going to be there on time, and like that doesn't happen here, and it's just terrible. It's like they don't want. I don't know. It's like this is city much like Phoenix, where you need to own a car,
Yeah.
otherwise everything is difficult for you.
And you guys get the heat too, right? Like
Oh
not
yeah,
fun to walk around in. Yeah.
yeah. We're a few degrees cooler than you guys, but still, I always say, like anything over 110, like all feels the same. Like
Right.
from 15 to 120, you can't tell the difference anymore.
Exactly. It's not like you're gonna be like, oh, it's only 110 today, not 115. It's like still yeah, brutal, brutal. So okay.
Yeah,
Um,
I was gonna say I worked in a restaurant one time. We had this restaurant downtown, and there was a steel manhole cover right in front of the restaurant, and it was hot, middle of summer. No one was in the restaurant, so the owners and us, like, we all just like got bored and like let's experiment with something. We all took an egg and we walked out front, and the owner of the restaurant cracked the egg and dropped it on this manhole cover, and it started sizzling the second it touched it. We fried an egg on the ground.
yup. Yeah, we do that out here sometimes too. I've seen people do it. Yeah, that's when you know it's God for awful desert you're living in, right? So, all
Yeah,
right.
for
Gonna dig into the next stanza here then. So, and this is part where I had more trouble with the words too. So again, apologies.
no
Um,
problem.
I got my shoes with holes in them. Why you?
Oh,
Yeah. So,
well, it's I finally got new shoes with no holes in them.
okay.
And it's like, well, yeah, that's like kind of like once I essentially, the whole idea of like when you have shoes that are falling apart because that's all you got, and then you finally get new shoes, like that's like a big deal. And or at least it was to me in those days. But now it's still, I mean, it's still a thing when I buy a brand new pair of shoes, I'm like, hey, cool, but yeah, it's like finally got new shoes with no holes in them. And then it's like, why you talk about me like you say that you're my friend. And
Mhm.
essentially like well, just like, we're here for you. We're doing this for you. Like, we're in it together. It's like, no, we're not. And, it might not be. And I said, don't you know that words get around faster than the HIV, which is not a very nice thing to say, but it kind of like, I don't know. It's at the time it seemed right. But yeah, and it's like everyone can see that you were giving us a shiv, essentially just kind of a rhyming part, but it's kind of like just like it's like yeah, you're talking nice to us while you're fucking stabbing us right in the gut, like not even stabbing us in the back. You're smiling to our face while you stab us in the stomach. Is
Right.
essentially what that line is supposed to represent.
I love it. And like I said, when the music's playing with it too, you can get it faster and faster, and you can hear, I think, the anger you have in that. And so that's a big like middle finger to the kind of the government then at that point too, where they're pretending like they got you, they care about us, you know, whether it's blue team, red team, whatever. And yeah, reality is you were being fucked, especially at that time. Now knowing it was from this time, that was a rough time. 2008. Yeah. Boy. Um, Okay, and then this is my favorite part of the song because it really kind of gets this like breakdown here. Best part of the song, man. And then again, I should probably just buy. I'm sure if I buy the vinyl or the actual copy, it would have the lyrics in there, so it'd be much easier for me. But help me out here. So, um, OG, OG, I'm living under the poverty line. What's that line?
Um, oh yeah, it's like supposed to be well, G Dub B. It's like George W. Bush,
Okay.
but it kind of like yeah, it kind of smushes in there a little bit, but it's like G Dub B. And it's like G Dub B put me under the poverty line, and it's like I think I want to go and get into some violent crime.
And that was violent crime. Okay, I thought it was like I want to intensify the crime or something. And then I was like, so and then it sounds like you say I want to boost and you basically want to take someone's Rolex too, something along those lines.
Yeah, it's like talk about well Bush and whoever else, it's like really just anybody that's in charge and responsible for all that shit. It's like yeah, boost them for their Nikes and their Rolex too, and it's like tell them Biggie took it. What the fuck they gonna do? Yeah, I'm like I thought it was funny when I wrote it, and I'm like oh that's a silly line, and that's a good way to end like the verses and everything. But
Yeah.
it's like fuck them motherfuckers. Like you want to take something from me? I'm gonna take your shoes.
I love it. I love that part too. Because again, that's like, and like I said, the way the song kind of breaks down with that, and that's why I love bluegrass and that folk part to it, to where it's like, and you play so well that the speed just intensifies, and you get to this part and you kind of shout out. So it's kind of hard to hear the lyrics, but I feel like the sentiment is conveyed very well in there. To where didn't get exactly the words right, but for the most part, it's what was being shouted out there. And it's great to know that this was then just like a very true song. And then well, I'll finish it up because the ending is not much of the ending's like the last like minute or a minute and a half of the song, but it's now kind of breaks down again and kind of slows up, but you can feel it because you start screaming or shouting, whatever. Whoa, you better walk away from me, meaning you're gonna
Yeah.
because I'm gonna break your face. I believe you say the first line times five, and then the second times four. Then it mixes up a little bit towards the way you finish the song, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like a fight song in a way, right? Like,
Yeah. It's like, yeah, I guess. It's just like at that point, it's just like, God damn it, I've had it. Like, I've had enough of you. It's like, get the fuck away. It's like, no more talking to me. It's like, you're done. Leave me alone or things are gonna get bad, kind of a thing. Like, I can't, like, I'm at the breaking point, like, fuck off, kind of a thing. Well, yeah, I mean, and who hasn't reached, especially in today's fucking political climate, who's not frustrated to the point of just like losing their shit and just be like, I'm done, leave me alone.
well, and it's funny too. It's like I think now, from my individual experience at least, it feels like 2008 was bad. Some of the stuff we're going through today is like, I'd rather have '08 again. You know what I mean? Like things have gotten really bad
Yeah.
since. Um, but when you wrote, once you finished the song, I guess, when did you kind of realize it was gonna be one of your best songs? Like, when did you get that feeling with it?
Uh, right now when you told it to me.
Really? Okay. Okay. So you don't feel that way? I guess when you play it today, do you kind of have like I guess does this line up in like one of your favorites, or how do you feel with it, I guess?
Well, I mean, I did stop playing it for a while, and then some of my bandmates that I was playing with for a long time, life gets in the way, and they had to step away from the band for a minute, and then I went back to just being like solo. Which was a huge bummer to me. But I was just playing by myself again, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but just do it anyways. But I played a house show uh was invited to play like this punk crew out here called the Scumbags. And they're super cool. If you get a chance to look into them, they're all very nice kids. I love them all to death. They're wonderful human beings, but they've been putting on some good shows here in town. And they hit me up. They're like, hey, Public Serpents is coming to town. Do you want to open up this show? And I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. It's like uh Squirt Gun's new band. I believe if I'm not mistaken, he was in Leftover Crack. But yeah, it's like, yeah, Public
Mm.
way better than Leftover Crack, but whatever. That's my opinion. But yeah, it's like come play the show, and I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. Because I've talked to Squirt several times in the international or the national community and shit. But yeah, and we'll just play this backyard downtown, and just a bunch of kids I've never met. Everybody, a bunch of people there I've never met before. And then out of nowhere, like this small group of kids come up towards the front of the stage and they're like, play Break Your Face. And I'm like, oh, shit, I haven't done that in a long time. All right. And I played it and they sang every single word along to it, just like screaming at the top of their lungs. I'm just like, holy shit. And then they ended up getting the entire crowd to do it. And as yeah, my homies Coyote and Roy. If you guys are listening, what's up, guys?
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah, when I look at it, it's one of your top played songs on like at least majority of the platforms like Spotify and Apple. So yeah, it's and it makes sense. It's a kick-ass song, and you play. Does it get hard having to keep playing that fast? Because you play so fast, man.
Yeah, it gets a little bit much, and like bar chords are kind of difficult for me, especially on an acoustic guitar. Like it's like if you're playing power chords on an electric guitar, it's not so bad. But like, yeah, it's like having to do full on bar chords on an acoustic can be a pain in the ass, especially like going through that fast. But yeah, it can suck sometimes. But yeah, it's like especially because I only recently, like, I never really took guitar lessons. I never had any formal instruction, so I just like kind of taught myself how to play guitar. So I never even learned how to use an actual pick until just a few years ago. So like when I wrote that song and when I was first playing it, I was just like hitting it with just like my fingers and everything, and would basically just like chew off, just like cheese grate the skin completely off the side from the knuckle down to the nail on all three of these fingers when I'd be playing it live. And there's actually a great picture a buddy took back in the day. There was a local photographer. I played at a bar called the Bunkhouse, which was a staple in this town back when it was still a thing. It closed down, unfortunately, but it was like the coolest bar, like the best venue in town and everything. But like this cool picture this guy took, he was a photographer named Fred Morledge, Photo FM. But yeah, it's like I got through playing my set, and it was the weirdest set because it was a hip hop show, and I was the only non hip hop act on the bill. And like Mega Ran was the headliner, and this was before Mega Ran like blew up and got all big like he is now, which he deserves it, of course. But yeah, it's like the dude that put it on or that booked the show put me dead center in the middle. So there's like 70, 80 hip hop heads in there. And like, they're like, all right, now we're going to invite this asshole up with an acoustic guitar. And everybody's looking at me like, what the hell is this crap? And I'm like, all right, well, I'm just going to fucking play as hard as I can and see what happens. And I fucking played and I finished up. And then like, I walked outside and it was in the winter and it was cold. And I'm like, man, my hand feels cold and it's shaking. And I look down and I'm literally just dripping blood off of my fingers. Just like it's like literally just dripping off of me. And he walked up and took a picture of that. And then like I got it all cleaned up and bandaged up and everything. And then like at the end of the night, I had a bunch of people come up and be like, "Hey man, that was fucking cool. Like I dug it." And I'm like, like that's really nice. I'm like, I don't know. I'm in my 37 years on this planet, I'm only recently starting to develop a self-esteem. So this
Man,
is
what a badass story though there too. Just playing bloody nut. Oh, dude, that's awesome.
thing.
Um, man, and what did the was the and the so the crowd was receptive to? I could only imagine, like, yeah, exactly, like playing that audience, like they weren't expected, but they liked it afterwards. You said a lot. Everyone had a pretty good reception to it.
Yeah, well, quite a few people did. Yeah, and like And honestly, in my opinion, like I've always like it makes me feel good. Like if one or two people come up and say they like it, then I've done my job. Then I'm happy. I'm satisfied. Like I don't care if everybody likes it or not. Like shit, what was that? What was that? That line from the from God damn it, from Wayne's World when he was talking about he's like Led Zeppelin didn't write tunes that everybody liked. They left that up to the Bee Gees.
Yeah, dude. Well, I mean, especially in I think like you know, punk rock for one. Yes, exactly. It's not going to be everyone's tune, and especially going into folk punk, which is almost like I want to say like the punk rock of punk rock, if that makes sense. It's like even a more misfitted,
Yeah.
kind of in that tune, man. And it's nice too to see that you're still doing it, because so many, great folk bands have kind of like dispersed, disappeared. Like you mentioned Mistress Brood, Ramshackle Glory. There's like a lot that just aren't. It's not as popular as I guess it was. There was like a real nice height. I would like feel like in like 2012 or so around there, and then it kind of disappeared. But yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I would say like yeah, 2012, 2013. That was honestly like the golden era of fucking folk punk music and everything. There was a lot of cool DIY music festivals going on. There was like a lot of cool bands and a lot of people either like a lot of people I know in like under like the underground scene like promoters and other musicians and everything in different parts of the country. Like we'd travel up to Oregon, we go to there's Mountain Blood Fest out in Albuquerque, New Mexico that used to be a thing. That was really cool. It was ran by a band called Arroyo Grande and they were fucking awesome. Or no, Arroyo Deathmatch, excuse me. We have a street out here called that. Freudian slip. But yeah, it's like so many people either died or fucking gave up their acoustic instruments for electric instruments and started playing different genres and some
Yeah.
of them just, I don't know, got real jobs and suit and ties and started families, and which I'm not hating on any of that stuff, but yeah, it's like life be life, and man.
Life be life. And well, let me ask you that a little. I know your time's valuable, so I'll let you go here in a minute. But I guess a couple things like any like tours or future music for Rifleman coming out, or
Yeah, we are currently in the process of working on a new album and do have a tour coming up in a month from now. I can't believe it's September already. We're
yeah.
going on tour for 2 weeks in October. We're doing a Midwest and I guess technically the South, because we're the farthest east we're getting is Memphis, Tennessee, and
Hmm.
then like, like circling back and coming back through the Midwest to get home. But yeah, essentially the plan is 14 shows in 14 days. But yeah, and it's gonna be we're touring with old school like underground legend folk punk dude goes by the moniker Bigger Than Mountains. It's like if you're into folk punk, he is like he's incredible, one of my favorite songwriters of all time and a good friend. We've been friends since like 2012, 2011, 2012 around those days. um, like I met him the first time he came on tour through Las Vegas. Like he stayed at my friend's house on tour and we played a show together and we've just been doing it ever since. We toured a few times together now. Like he when I'm like kind of semi-retired from playing music for a few years
Hmm.
and now he's back, which is awesome. And we're doing this big tour together. So I'm super happy about that. It's going to be a lot of fun and we're working on currently working on an album, and I was hoping to have it finished before tours so we would have some new music to bring with us to give out to people.
Yeah.
But unfortunately that didn't work because schedules like it's like first of all scheduling a whole band plus scheduling an audio engineer and studio time, it's like wrangling cats, you know what I mean? Like it's a difficult process, but it's going really good where it's like we're gonna have the album done this year before the end of the year. It'll be cool. But yeah, this will be the first time putting a whole album on vinyl. So I want to do that. I want to have like a big old fucking vinyl record of it and like got the artwork ready and everything's ready except for just the music itself. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's gonna be cool, 9 to 10 songs, depending on how the timing, like how much can fit on a record. But we're gonna be doing CDs again too, and like the now the CDs are coming back, which is awesome. and then gonna do a little short run. We're gonna do a little split with Bigger Than Mountains on cassette tape. So I think we're gonna try and get that done in the next few days because I got a couple of the new songs from the album are like done, so I could put them on that, and then a couple of the old songs too. So it's just kind of like a mish.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then you just have that while we're waiting on the rest of it to get done. But yeah, it's just a process, and I'm not trying to rush the process. You know what I mean? I want to get it done. I want it done right, and so like at least my friends, which like I like to say like I hate to sound like a pretentious dweeb, but like I honestly do feel this way where it's like I don't have any fans. I only have friends.
That's a cool way to feel about it. I mean, that's means you're in a good right spot, I'd say for sure. And that's cool. If did I hear you right, you're gonna also have a split, but it's gonna be on a cassette. It's gonna be on a tape.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna do Bigger Than Mountains, Rifleman split on cassette tape, and that's gonna be fun. Which actually, here before I let you go, I was gonna show you this. This is something we made for when we played punk rock bowling with our friends, another local punk band who the band is like started by our friend Brock Frebiel. He does solo acoustic stuff, but this is like his full band thing. But we did a single vinyl split for punk rock bowling.
Oh, sweet, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
so that was the cover of this, and then Go Bold, All Grown-Ups Are Pirates.
all grown-ups pirates right there. And look at that artwork on there. That's why I love vinyl. I do when I can get it. Yeah. Man.
Yeah, absolutely. And we sold out of these. This is like my personal copy, but we sold all of them at Punk Rock Bowling.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was fun.
Print 'em.
Yeah, I still can't believe it. I don't even know. I still don't know how the hell we got on Punk Rock Bowling. I have no idea. It's like so yeah, somehow Mark Stern found my information, and emailed me and was like, "Hey, you want to play the fest this year?" I'm like, "Yeah, right."
How was that? Was that your biggest, like, I guess, what was your biggest venue? Like, was that one of the biggest then?
That would absolutely be the biggest venue I've ever played. Yeah. I don't
Mhm.
know if you've been to Punk Rock Bowling before, but yeah, that was my first time actually attending the festival itself. I've done some of the club shows and everything, but that was is it was on the main stage of Punk Rock Bowling, so big outdoor state, full outdoor venue, full truss grid setup, lights and speaker array, PA systems, everything like the works. Like it was wild. We had stagehands, and it was crazy because I'm a stagehand by trade nowadays, and like two of the guys that were my stagehands are my coworker buddies. So that was a fucking trip.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
I can't even imagine like just getting that feel then because yeah, punk rock bowling that's like that's the it. I love when I've gotten to go. It's like I think it's like 5-6 hours for me to drive, but every fucking band is there. Like it doesn't matter. Um, you get to see everybody, and sometimes that's the problem. You have to choose. Do I want to see the adolescents or fucking leftover crack? It's like things like this where you have to like really choose like which bands you want to see and stuff. So that's cool, man. You got to play that. And do you think that will become like a regular then, kind of for you? You think you'll be able to start getting to go there more often?
I mean, I don't know. I hope so. I hope like I would assume like everybody that plays at least gets like some kind of an invite back later. Like I would love to play a club show next year. Like that would be cool. Like I don't know if we'd be lucky enough to get on one of the main stages again, but I mean if so, then fuck yeah. But yeah, it's like it'd be cool to get invited to play one of the club shows stuff, play with somebody cool. I don't know, Bridge City Sinners or one of those guys. Who knows?
Yeah.
Because I know they play pretty often. But yeah, I would love to do that, and I just want to, it's like can't just like sit back on my ass and wait for somebody to come to me. So I'm gonna try and keep working and pushing and try and get on stuff. I really want to try to get on to Muddy Roots Festival. Like that's my goal for next year is to try to get on Muddy Roots.
Yeah.
And we're like on tour, like the biggest show that we're doing on this tour, um, which is like really what we built the tour around was we got invited to play a music festival in Tulsa, Oklahoma called Zombie Prom. And like my buddy Ryan for Bigger Mountains, he's done it before and he says it's going to be a blast. And he's like, make sure you wear clothes that you don't care about because it's going to end up being like a Guar concert where you're just going to be covered in blood and all kinds of weird shit. And I'm like, awesome, let's go.
Let's go. That's fun. That's what he says. So the tour's going Midwest and down to the South, right? So,
Yeah.
okay.
They're pretty much, yeah, it's like essentially going from here and it's all long drives at the beginning. I like, unfortunately, we're skipping Phoenix.
Phoenix, Tucson, Arizona, but yeah, hopefully you'll come soon, eventually. But
Yeah, I'll count on that. We'll be out there very soon. Like, trying to do some Flagstaff shit as well here soon. Just do some mini stuff. But yeah, we're starting in Las Vegas at a venue called the Grey Witch, which is fucking awesome, cool ass venue here in town. Come out, yeah, when you come out here to visit, check it out. But yeah, starting here and then from here we drive to Albuquerque to Austin, Texas, and then Austin, Texas to Little Rock, Arkansas.
whew.
It's like those first few days are 10-hour drives, so it's gonna be like,
And like you said, 14 days, 14 cities.
yes, sir.
Man,
Yeah,
you're gonna need a vacation when you get home.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I'm gonna go right back to work. It's gonna be like literally right. I think I'm gonna have one day off when I get home, and then it's like right back to work and just grinding.
Man.
But yeah, yeah. Ja don't pay the bills, you know.
I hear you. Well, yeah, I will let you get back to doing your life again. I want to thank you so much for one for doing this with me here, and also thank you so much for your music, man. I love like folk punk when I get it, into it. You play so well. So many of your songs are just so fun to listen to. Really can enlighten my day after I have a shitty day at work or something too. So thank you, man, for all you do.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. And it was great talking to you. This was a fun interview, a real blast.
Thank you, thank you. All right, I'll let you get going. All right, have a good one.
Yeah, man. You too. Peace.
Peace.